Hi, welcome to another episode of Hot Takes and more infighting in the Labour Party. Chris Hinchcliffe, an MP for North East Hertfordshire, has issued a whole package, a raft of amendments to one of Labour's own bills. This is one of the planning bills to enable the government to push through planning in order to fail to build 1.5 million homes. He's against it. Of course he is. I come from Hertfordshire, very leafy and green. It's a very pleasant place to be. They don't want it all dug up to have estates filled with poor people, effectively, or immigrants, of course. Not in leafy Hertfordshire, because, millionaires row, Harpenden, where hurricanes hardly ever happen. You couldn't hurl a brick without hitting a Porsche. It's one of those kind of places. Radlett. These are really, really moneyed areas. The last thing the moneyed area people want is planning rifted up. So anyway, he's going very NIMBY on the Labour Party, but he's saying it's not just there, it's all over the country. And he says lots of people don't want this planning pushed through. He said it'll be another reason for Labour to leave, for Labour supporters to leave the party and join Reform. And you know what? He's bang on and totally right. I get to the impression there's a lot of Labour voters now just looking for a reason to leave the Labour Party. It's almost embarrassing to admit now that you support the Labour Party. People look at you in very weird ways. They don't trust you. They start taking hold of their car keys to make sure they don't go missing, pick up their phone, put it in their pocket and so forth. They don't trust you. They don't like Labour supporters anymore. And a few are actually getting very embarrassed. But this guy's saying that it's the sort of thing that will alienate people across the whole country. Not only do they not want things like the green belt destroyed, they don't want the overturning of the rights of indigenous species of plants and animals that will be lost forever, perhaps. And he says it's wrong just to let building companies, pay cash to trash nature. What a wonderful line. And he is, of course, right. And I'm actually agreeing with a Labour MP, but only because he's right. He's a backbencher, and he's probably going to lose his seat next time in leafy Hertfordshire. But they don't always get it wrong. A broken clock is right twice a day. And this is Chris Hinchcliffe's 3:30 in the afternoon. Stands the clock at 3:30. Is there honey still for tea? Well, no, not if the planning goes through. There won't be any beehives left, will they? All the flowers will be dug under, and there'll be a modern 2-storey, 2-bedroom up and down row of terraced housing fit for all the newcomers. Thanks very much. Bye.